I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
Hey troops, Zender here, back again for another stream. How's it going?
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Something that, I haven't mentioned yet, I am now 28 years old! I just had my birthday a couple days ago, so... yeah. Another year passed by. But yeah, rather than celebrating my birthday, I decided, hey, let's go, wait, I thought I had healed everyone.
Hold the line.
Let's go celebrate some, Lantern Rite. We got the Lantern Rite, the, New Year's festival going on in, Genshin right now, so really looking forward to it this year. Last year's Lantern Rite event was so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to this one's. So let's just get over here. Where is that, right there. Why is OBS already having issues?
Paimon votes we go say hi to Xiangling first.
Okay. Oh! But Jean Li's there.
Xiangling? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here!
What do you mean? He almost always comes over here.
Oh, why the pleasure is all mine, as is the surprise, surely.
Yeah, we're the rarity.
It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Everything has been going great.
I sense you are older and wiser than the last time we met. It seems your travels continue to yield valuable insights.
Thank you, Jean Li.
You are too kind.
So, Xiangling, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of tea. However, I had planned to take a walk to Chimes village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season. A villager there once gave me a small sample, and they possessed a most excellent flavor.
Huh? Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead?
Because they're different?
Wait, Paimon knows! Because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life, right? Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed. Lantern Rite is almost upon us, but besides the bamboo shoots, there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
Not really, other than going to meet Jean Lin.
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land. Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together in the pot and left to simmer slowly for half a day.
I've never had, well, I may have had something like it. I'm already drooling.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
Why, I assure you, I would do no such thing. I merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope to taste.
Ugh. Let's go, Traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
Ready to go when you are.
Collecting a few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has got to get her hands on some of that soup.
Such fine specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to you. Should you have the good fortune to find some, please share them with me as well.
See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
However, there is no need to rush. The streets of Liyue will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means,
Check in with you at later at Wanshan Funeral Parlor.
We're heading out. Enjoy your walk, Young Lee.
take care now, you two.
You're paying for it, by the way. Well, that is where the bamboo shoots spawn. Get ready for the,
Bamboo shoot.
Ah!
Bamboo shoot. Nascent bamboo shoot. Oh! This
It
one's only just
disappeared.
sprouted, and it looks super fresh. Paimon thinks this is the one.
Nascent. Nascent. That's a regular. That's a nation.
This should be enough. Let's head back.
Help! Help!
Did you hear that? Someone's calling for help. It's coming from over there.
Give me a second, ma'am. How long have you been here? I have passed by this area so many times, and yet somehow I have failed to
finish this
even
quickly.
spot this thing or take it to its home.
Hey!
It looks like we're gonna have to.
Don't blink.
Oh, never mind, it's going this way.
Speed of light.
That's everything. On to the next.
Sorry, I got. Well, actually, you know what? It's Lantern Rite. Let's keep the last Lantern Rite festival going. You know. Now that I think about it, let's just. Okay, you.
We're
go
going to
there.
hunt.
Let's go to this one. Put
Something's
Ching
come up.
there. Janlin,
I
Janlin
can't wait any
there.
longer.
Ganyu
Time to begin
here
work.
and Chi-Chi there. all the Liyue characters. A short and oh,
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
I think I'm okay now. Thank you so much.
That was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here. Oh, a little girl? Greetings, everyone. My name is Yao Yao. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
pleasure's all mine.
Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine. I came through Stone Gate intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery. And before long, I was completely lost.
Oh, you are very far from Liyue Harbor.
Just now, I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yao Yao's help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander. As long as you watch your step, accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Up.
Oh, are you hungry, sir?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through. I expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up. I still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the four of us?
She is such a well-mannered child.
Aw, what a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon! You're welcome.
Next thing you know, she's actually a lolly who's actually 50 years
so
old.
tasty.
Hi, Teresa!
More.
More? You already had the Sumter Beach share.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was gonna run into you, I would have made a second batch. Hope you're taking notes, Traveler. This is how you treat your Paimon. What do you think, sir? Are Liyue snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect. When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. Both are delicious in their own way. As for Fontaine's cooking, though, it's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
Iridescence tour?
That sounds somewhat familiar.
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation.
Yeah, I thought so.
At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately, it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. But anyway, so the main reason I'm music festivals, but I have some personal reasons, too.
I can think of a couple of characters based off of the trailer for the festival that this guy may be seeking to acquire.
Well, what are they? Just tell us already.
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Oh, I love listening to stories. We want to hear it too.
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning. The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air. They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard. Even in that life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full attention and almost made him forget the fact that he was drowning. When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind. In the end, all he could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home.
Either she was walking really fast or she has some really long legs.
Once he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like the bards. After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy. The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called the Lady Overlooking the Lake. People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight, playing along with you.
Oh.
Wow.
At its heart is a true story.
Exactly. It may just be a legend to others, but for me, it's a real part of my family history. I wanted to find out the truth of this tale. So I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants. Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago. So I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack.
How many lakes are there in this world?
I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something...
Sploosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again!
Okay, OBS dropped down to 0 kilobytes per second for a moment there. That was scary.
Paimon would definitely remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry for me. I've made some progress over the years. For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of itself. I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom. But more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music. So I prayed for the Animal Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind further and further west, towards Stone Gate. A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue. So I followed their advice and made my way here.
That settles it then. It was Liyue.
Right? You get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Yeah, I mean, if Venti is listening in on the prayers, then yeah, that would probably have been him.
Are you sure? It sounds a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Chingsa village. Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little more towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well, and so on and so on.
Don't worry, Yo-Yo. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff. And anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude, I did spend rather a lot of more on several bottles of fine wine, which I left at the statues of the Seven along the way.
Oh dear.
Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen?
Venti!
To see Miss Ganyu.
Venti! You know, I was expecting it to have been one of the... to be one of the maidens of the church, to be the ones to have told him that it was, the wind guiding him. But it was Venti. And Venti told him that to thank the Archon to give him wine. Which isn't wrong. My goodness.
I don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much. But Miss Ganyu and the Qixing know just about everything. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
That does sound like a good idea.
But you've already helped me so much.
Well, I was going to take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all.
You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern Rite.
Then let's get... Come on, OBS. Don't keep on screwing up on me.
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last. It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Yep.
Great. Let's go and check it out. I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself. The streets are
Does he start moving fast? Yes, he does start moving faster. Okay. Hey!
Hi, everyone. Fancy meeting you all here. What a nice surprise.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are...
Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them all for quite a while.
Dvorak? Where's the Jacques come from? Oh, so you already know each other?
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence Tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
Yep.
Well, feels like I've been chasing this Iridescence Tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
A Lantern Rite music festival? Yes, please!
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Wait, but we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge.
Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Kuching and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
You mean... what?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
A Lantern Rite music festival would be a huge hit.
That's the spirit! See? Even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently. As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists. My friend Yunjin is a well-known opera singer in Liyue. With her support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
Well, what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
What do you take me for? If we actually managed to make the Iridescence Tour Lantern Rite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Wow! There's that rock and roll spirit!
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Okay. I'll give it a shot. But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Are you kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yao Yao, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan.
You've got this, Xinyan! So about the senior of yours Xinyan mentioned just now. Is that anyone we know?
Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before. Xiangling's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that.
Where are we going? Wait. Over here? Yep.
Oh, it's Master! Is it okay if I go and say hi to her?
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. I'm not a bundle of energy like you.
I haven't seen you in days, Master! I've missed you.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during the Lantern Rite, are we?
Greetings, Madam Ping.
You're half right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. Dvorak over here. We were on our way to take him to see the Qixing.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician from Fontaine and an organizer of the Iridescence Tour. I don't suppose you've heard of it.
Come on, OBS, YouTube, please cooperate with me.
Master! Master! The Iridescence Tour is a super famous music festival!
Oh, an old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing. A music festival, you say? It sounds terribly exciting.
If we could organize a Lantern Rite music festival.
Oh, right! Madam Ping, how would you feel about that? You're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it. For example, do you think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge between civilizations. Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated. And so, I look forward to it immensely.
Hear, hear. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever met.
Goodness gracious, you're all being suspiciously sweet today. Yao Yao, whatever have you been feeding them?
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
No, seriously, Yao Yao. What have you been feeding them? You didn't feed them any of that suspicious powder that I gave you. Those were supposed to be for medicine purposes.
Oh, well, I'm sure you must have plenty to be getting on with, yes? Run along now. Don't let me hold you up.
Thanks, Madam Ping. We'll see you again soon.
I can't fire those. Ah, and there's Ganyu.
And when you meet with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss Ganyu. I'll take my leave now.
Ganyu!
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, these dried Chingshin leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good for you. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again.
Well, this is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
Paimon, you're running your mouth again.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside of work, and that's something I should improve on. Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Ah, Paimon will do the honors. there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
Oh?
Well, the Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of Liyue citizens from all walks of life. The Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Liyue. It's difficult to predict how a brand new show will be received. It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
All very valid points. I completely understand.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities.
Oh! Whoa!
Some live music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue, let's reserve a space at the docks.
So we're not stealing anyone's thunder, but we will end the night on a high note.
Yes, my thoughts precisely. Now I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish. As long as I clearly lay out the pros and cons, and highlight the key points of the proposal, given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, I'm confident that Qixing will be sure to give it serious consideration. Mr. Dvorak, I will need to discuss with you the number of musicians who will be coming to Liyue, as well as their catering and accommodation requirements.
Oh, yes, certainly. Let's step to the side and discuss further.
As soon as there's work to do, Ganyu's as diligent as ever.
I couldn't agree more. Master once said that everyone has things that they are good at and things that they are less good at. So, with that in mind, Ganyu shouldn't feel compelled to become perfect at absolutely everything. I'm good at taking care of people, so that can be left to me.
Wow. Hey, Yo-Yo, can you take care of Paimon too? Paimon's getting hungry again.
Paimon, you're trying to freeload again.
I'm afraid my backpack's empty now, but if you let me know what you like, I can bring you some of your favorite dishes next time we meet. Apart from lotus flower crisps, what else do you like?
Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slimes.
Ay, ay, ay.
Here's what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent. I'm racking my brains, but I don't think you've missed a single thing.
Perfect. Then we'll leave it as is. I'll go make an official copy. Oh, perfect timing. We were just wrapping up our discussion here.
That was quick.
Not at all. Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. I will inform the Qixing of this development immediately. Please give me a moment to pass on the message. Yao Yao, thank you for bringing my herbs. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
I will.
Okay, I should be getting back. If Yao-Yao stays out for too long, Mom and Dad will be worried sick. Everyone, I'm sure that the music festival will go off without a hitch, so don't worry. And in case I don't see you before, I wish you all a very happy Lantern Rite.
Aw, thank you, Yao Yao. Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
We should go get dinner together sometime.
Alright. Well, I will just move 2 hours ahead.
Greetings, Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak. Call me Kuching. Ganyu has brought me up to speed on everything. I'll get straight to the point. The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal. Over the next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Yay! That's awesome!
Kachin strikes again.
Please. The Qixing have a duty to deal with matters such as these. We have merely moved things forward to the next step. On a more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative. As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Kuching. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again, so I didn't dare to get my hopes up. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this going so smoothly. It's like a dream come true. Right, time for me to call in the performers. To stage a concert at a high-profile event like this is a rare opportunity. We'll make sure it's a night to remember.
I wonder if they have. I mean, actually, no, they do have messenger birds. There were all those pigeons back in Mondstadt.
Yes! Our music band's finally getting fired up!
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what I'm doing from here. For a musician, music will always be the language they are most fluent in.
What about that fairy lady?
Oh, that. Well, that can wait for another time.
Oh. Ganyu? What's wrong?
They told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot all about it.
Oh, that's quite all right. I don't even know what the person I'm trying to find looks like, so it was always going to be a long shot. Don't worry about me, Ganyu. Your time and energy are needed elsewhere. I'm sure you already have plenty to deal with between this concert and everything else going on during the Lantern Rite.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, I wonder if this lady your ancestor met might have been an Adeptus. What do you think?
It's definitely possible.
To tell you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the Adepti myself. I am part human and part Qilin. The Qilin is an illuminated beast. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you, because I've been there myself before, trying to find out where I belonged.
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated beast? Part Qilin? Are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real? So it's not just artistic license?
You bet they're real! Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian Karst itself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is quite an ordeal.
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a forgotten aspect of Liyue's cultural history, I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
I see. I think I understand the situation now. In that case, Ganyu, shall we divide the work between us?
Yes, that was also my thought.
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. In the meantime, Ganyu will reach out to our network and try to find the person he's looking for. How's your workload at the moment? Will you be able to make time?
I can probably get through everything in 2 days. I don't sleep.
Sleep!
Wait, what do you mean as long as I don't sleep? Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take its toll on your health.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive coming from Kuching.
Be it but 3 moons from the start, he who returns is not he that departs. Even I know the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
In that case, 3 days.
All right, I can work with that.
If you have the time, would you join me for this search? You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. I'll feel much more at ease with your company.
Of course! I get to spend more time with one of my favorite female characters in this game.
Okay, then let's meet back here in 3 days.
Watch this space, Mr. Dvorak. We'll get to the bottom of this.
You're all so helpful and kind. Just
think. Imagine if we found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be such a happy reunion. And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
And I'm sure the wind that guided you here feels the same way.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make this Lantern Rite a true extravaganza.
We should probably get going. Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
Ooh, we're coming too!
Wait, no, we're going with Ganyu.
I was wondering.
Never
what are
mind, we're
your
not going
thoughts
with
on
Ganyu.
music? What does it mean to you?
Music sounds nice?
It's an art Paimon.
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time. Let's revisit this question after the concert.
Oh wow, they already got the stage set up. Or a stage, I guess.
Lady Yuhang?
Baiwen, what is it?
Per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival. I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ningguang. But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window of opportunity to take appropriate action.
I understand. In that case,
Let us handle this one.
Yeah, Kuching, you're busy enough as it is. There's a ton of different things in the city that needs your attention. Leave it to us. Don't worry. Whatever it is, we'll definitely be able to handle it. Well, he will handle it.
Come on, Traveler. You know very well that you are more capable than Paimon. This should be a very acceptable and fact.
With the Traveler on the case, it's as good as dealt with. Thank you. This will be a great help. I will inform Lady Ningguang about the situation. Once it's resolved, please come and find me again at Yujing Terrace and let me know.
Will do. And say hi to Ningguang for us.
you have my thanks too. Stay safe and come back as soon as you're finished.
Good luck.
Alright, how far out? Quite far out of town. I do believe that Venti is supposed to be making an appearance for Lantern Rite. I'm guessing this is probably gonna be him. Getting some alcohol from this fine restaurant.
Byron said the strange tune was coming from around here, right? But Paimon doesn't hear anything. There doesn't seem to be a soul in...
I was just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place like this. So, it's you two.
What do you mean? These are houses that people are living in. What do you mean?
Leon! How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Fair enough.
Know anything about the strange music?
Ah, you're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining. Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
The stuff by the door is in pretty good condition, though. It can't have been too long ago that someone was last living here.
Oh. I completely passed by the door.
The doors and windows are all fine, so there definitely wasn't a break-in.
Venti. Oh.
Nice and spicy.
Treasure chests. Do we like treasure
Where's
chests?
the next clue? Oh.
This place is completely empty. There's nothing valuable left here at all. How strange. It looks like it's been looted, except for the fact that there's no sign of a struggle. The bad guys could have sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
I mean, someone could have been moving out.
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Yaelon, you didn't hide some of the evidence from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well, Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
They're moving. They sold the house and they are currently moving out. Somebody will be moving in next week.
What about you? Give up as well?
It's difficult to theorize with so little evidence.
Yep. It's not obvious at first sight, that's for sure. To be honest, I was only able to put it all together because of some background knowledge about this area. A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Liyue countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village. But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them of their impending doom. To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind. The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers' hearts. Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel like their lives were in danger and flee immediately. The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in.
That's quite the story.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger.
I stand corrected.
The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal.
If we use elemental sight, we could follow their tracks.
On any other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today. Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway. Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yaelon.
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down. Here, look at this. These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction.
They must have dropped it for a second.
Their pace has increased. Normally, people carrying a heavy load slow down as their journey goes on and they start to tire.
Were they being
Whatever's
chased?
motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
Their base could not be... If their base was so close to the theft site, the crime site, that would be a rather foolish mistake.
There they are! Look! A treasure hoarder tent! Ugh, not the treasure hoarders again! And so close to Lantern Rite, too! 'Tis not the season for their antics!
Come on, let's round them up.
Give me a second, I just saw... Where was it? There it is.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned. Don't blink! Hey!
Don't mind me, just breaking some of your property.
Hey! Who are you? Where did you come from?
The evidence is conclusive. Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
Yeah, you should be.
Perhaps not, but you should be.
Gotcha.
Curses. Seems like you're not all talk after all, but there's no going back now. Better up my game.
What game?
Mercy! Have mercy!
Oh, it's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you say. Please have mercy.
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear. So Lantern Rite's nearly here, and like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things. I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay, continue.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do, and eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run. I remember the tune, so I
He was a
figured I'd
Liyue
try it for
citizen
myself.
from this area?
I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave. But they did, and they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy, I couldn't resist. It was completely wrong of me, I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition, and will be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend Lantern Rite behind bars.
Yes? Yes?
You know how to bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity. You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, Don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
You mean...
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself. There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here. Guess this is where I'll say goodbye.
Well done, Yelan.
What is it? Is there something else?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information, so play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here. You helped a lot with the investigation and arresting me, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me, too.
Okay, right next to the ear. Okay.
See you when I see you. And happy Lantern Rite.
Ooh.
Leon's such a pro at this. With her taking it from here, it's as good as resolved. Whoosh! Random event, a strange melody, complete. Although, it's kind of a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again.
Why is it a shame?
Because Paimon's curious, that's why. It's like when you have a tune stuck in your head, but you don't even know what it is. It's driving Paimon crazy. When we
Kinda.
were chatting with Mr. Dvorak, music seemed like such a positive thing. And most music is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy memories, or even just think happy thoughts. Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes.
Their bad deeds influence the emotions associated with the music.
Oh, really? Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again. Well, anyway, now that everything's resolved, let's get back to Liyue Harbor. Byron's still waiting for us with our random event rewards.
Yep. So I know that these teleportation beacons are like something that is like considered canon that we can use, but I wonder why other people don't use them. Is it just those with visions?
Sorted.
But even people with visions don't use them. Did we get a special device? Hey Wilbur, how's it going? Happy Lantern Rite.
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
That's good to hear. Ningguang.
My greetings
How am
to
I?
both of you. Long time no see.
I am doing well. I just turned 28 a couple days ago, so happy birthday to me. But yeah, outside of that, things have been going pretty good.
No need to be so formal with us, Ningguang. We've known each other for a long time now. You must be super busy with all the preparations for Lantern Rite. Don't mind us.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize.
Indeed. Wait,
Once
it's
the
becoming
performance
grand?
itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangements alone could well entail many rounds of discussion.
Oh.
Simply put, there will always be work to do.
Whoa. You're already thinking that far ahead?
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer.
Is the new event fun? I mean, it's certainly been enjoyable so far. The story has been very nice. It's great to see some of the long-favored characters that I haven't been able to talk or haven't seen voiced in a while. It's definitely Ganyu has definitely been as adorable as always. But yeah, I'm only a little ways into the event, so yeah, I would say that you're missing out, but it has
I
been
trust you
nice.
saw this year's Ming Shao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name. Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend.
I remember.
On this marvelous Lantern Rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home. If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I wondered whether the melodies will be to their liking.
Oh, they're gonna love them. I'm sure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and Heroes of the Past sound like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
I would play if Hoyoverse would reply to your email. What happened? Did you get locked out of your account or something? No? Well, what happened? Like in general, it would be rather difficult for a company as large as you're a console player. Ah. Ain't on it. Ah. And were you not able to transfer your account from one console to the other? I thought you're normally able to do that. But hang on, don't consoles come with don't you have to create an account when you're using a console? Can you not transfer that console's account to the new console and then all that memory and stuff, all that gameplay information will be is saved onto your account? I'm a PC player, so I don't know all that much, but I mean, when it comes to Xbox, you use your Windows account, or not Windows, your Microsoft account. So you just transfer your Microsoft account from one Xbox to the next. Yeah, it could work. Yeah, I would definitely suggest checking that out. I think you should be able to. If you're using an Xbox or not an Xbox, if you're using a Microsoft or PlayStation account, you should just be able to transfer it from one console to the other and still be able to continue playing Genshin from where you're at. I could be wrong, but your old console has a shared account? Well, if you don't know the information, does the person you're sharing the account with have that information? Because I believe Microsoft accounts should be able to... actually, no, I do know that Microsoft accounts work on multiple systems. Nope. Shoot. Do you still have your old console, or is it gone? You were 11 when you got it. Ooh. And I'm guessing you're several years older than 11 now. You have it? Alright. The best I could suggest then is to keep on playing with that, or it is very difficult for for people to transfer accounts to like new emails. I imagine it would be much tougher to transfer the account, Genshin account from one Xbox account. Email to Hoyoverse takes 3 to 4 weeks for a reply. Ah. Okay, so they gave you a statistic for how long it's going to take for you to get a reply. Okay. Well, I wish you luck in the endeavor. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I suppose that so long as you're able to provide proof of identity, proof that the Genshin account is your account. So what happened is that the old console I left for the person who I shared with, and they started the account. Ah. Ah. Okay. So you're talking that you were sharing a Genshin account with them? Or okay, so you were sharing. Was it an Xbox or a PlayStation? Just console? Okay. Console account. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I can't really think of how... Yeah, I don't have any advice other than just have patience. Wait until Mihoyo or Hoyoverse gets back with you. Well, it was a PS4? Okay. And if you got your new console, I'm guessing that you got a PS5. Well, good luck. I hope that you are able to get it resolved. But in the meantime, I guess you can enjoy watching the Lantern Rite as I play it.
Well, let's hope so. I heard that you'll be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend. I'm sure this quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming tale. Do share it with me, won't you? I couldn't bear to miss out.
Absolutely. Ooh. That's a pretty effect. Ah, so we get to choose which one we're going after, huh? Oh!
One, two, three.
I wonder... God of War Ragnarok? I've heard some good things about that. Okay, okay. Wait, what time did it ask for? 2 days from today between 8 and 10. It's pretty fun. That's good to hear. After the reset today? Okay. Yeah, I heard that we were going to be able to choose the characters, much like I believe last Lantern Rite also had that feature. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that, and I'm definitely going to have to put some thought into which character I'm going to get. But yeah. Also, Roman, thank you. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy. But yeah, let's move 2 days ahead. 1, 2, and oh. And then we'll have to move it 3 hours further in order to well, in order to unlock or get to the right time. Blah. I'm sorry, my mind suddenly started focusing on unlocking characters, and so... thank you. I'm trying to think if I feel like I may have seen Roman, the username Roman pop into my chat before, but I can't remember off the top of my head. It's a big pay-tone game? Huh. No idea what that is. I do know that one of my friends has been... You're debating on getting a constellation for Betos, oh she'll be at C6, or getting a constellation for Yao Yao? Oh, pay to win. Okay. I mean, personally, I would pick Beto, but then again, I also have not tried out Yao Yao yet, so I would have no idea. But hey, Yao Yao is the new character, and if you already have a C5 Beto, might be a good idea to go for Yao Yao. But yeah, anyway, one of my friends has been trying to convince me to start playing Elden Ring. So, I've definitely been thinking about it. This is the first time I've been here. Ah! Okay, so you've been watching me for a bit, but this is the first time where you're here during one of my live streams. Okay. Well, welcome. Nope. Ganyu. Please tell me you have not been working for 2 days. Ganyu. Wake up.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
3 whole days. Well, don't spend too much money on it. Personally, I think that the games where you don't have to waste hundreds of dollars are the funner ones.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus.
That's good.
But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from.
Yeah, be careful, Wilbur. If you go back to some of my old videos, you'll see that, yeah, you don't want to wait 3 whole days. Well, patience can be a virtue when it comes to pay-to-win games, but it all depends on how much of a pay gap they make. For example, there was that, ISO, Genshin, and Smite. Smite being the lowest and Genshin being the highest. I'm not entirely surprised about that. But yeah, if you look back at some of my older videos, there was that game Crossout that I used to play. It was a lot of fun at the beginning when it first released, but over the years, the they kept on adding a whole bunch of weapons, and the player market just got so expensive. Literally, the most expensive weapon would cost 300 real life US dollars. And the game just kept on getting more and more like grindy and pricey and just wasn't benefiting other people at all. So, yeah, I stopped playing that game a long time ago.
Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
Maybe they imagined her having wings.
Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely can't imagine any of the Adepti looking like that. Actually, Gunyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Who's everyone's main in Genshin? Right now, I would have to say that my main is Ganyu. This lovely girl right here. Wonderful at dealing tons of ice damage. Also uses her ice flower as a decoy. Then I have Kokomi as my main healer. I've been going back and forth between 2 different parties right now. One of them includes Diluc and Razor as my primary DPS characters. And then the other one has been having Yaimiko and Dendro Traveler. Ganyu was your cryo main for the longest. You waited for Ayaka's banner and then switched. Well, unfortunately, I do not have Ayaka. You can't get Diluc to come home. You've been missing Diluc. Well, here's hoping that you can get him at some point. He definitely is a good fire damage dealer, especially with that ultimate. Though, when it comes to Diluc versus Razor, I do prefer to have Diluc as the main DPS person. Or not Diluc, I have Razor as the main DPS person, with Diluc being like the backup. Having Diluc's Pyro react with Razor's Electro definitely makes them a powerful duo.
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Yeah, I've been playing since day 1 too, but back when I first started playing Genshin, I admittedly played in such a way where, because I was trying to, back then I wasn't streaming, I was recording videos and then editing them. I practically had to make sure that I wasn't taking up playing the game for too long, otherwise I wouldn't have time to edit the video. And even then, I wasn't able to edit the video down enough. So eventually, I decided, you know what? Let's just start streaming. And here I am. But, yeah, I've been playing since the game's release myself. Been a fun adventure. Now, I imagine that the Traveler would probably say so stealthy. But me personally, how do I like streaming? Much nicer, honestly, because I'm not... When I'm recording... one of the problems that I have right now is that I work graveyard shifts. So I'm playing during the nighttime when I'm working during the nighttime when everyone else that I know is asleep. Which is one of the reasons why I've been really enjoying this streaming. Because, like, when I'm playing games by myself, I'm by myself. But now that I've been streaming, I've actually been able to interact with people who are awake when I'm awake, even if they're on the other side of the planet. So, it has been really nice. I've really been enjoying it because I don't feel as alone when I'm streaming. Well, I definitely would put some thought into, like, what sort of streaming service you want to do. When it comes to, like picking up on people, like, getting a large following, Twitch definitely seems to be, like, the bigger one. Unfortunately, Twitch has made some decisions that make YouTube the more monetizable if you're going at it for money. But at the same time, I'm just here because I had a YouTube account before and I haven't made a stream account. You did stream once? Okay. But yeah, if you think that you want to get into streaming, I definitely would say give it a try. It can be a lot of fun, especially when you start having people to interact with. But yeah, I've definitely been enjoying streaming, Roman. And yeah, I definitely think that Ganyu is cute.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
Oh, come on. I was expecting Ganyu to react to me calling her cute. Yeah, I understand. I streamed on Twitch for a little bit, but it was exhausting. I streamed for like a month or two. It got to the point where I wasn't having fun playing games, and I got burned out. Well, I mean, the plus side is that I do try to limit how much I stream. You'll notice that most of my streams are like around 3 hours long. And, well, beyond that, I only stream 2 times a week. You would be watching my streams more if you weren't in a different time zone? Ah. Yeah, that's fair. But then again, I did mention that even though I'm in a certain time zone, my time is different than everyone else. I live in Oregon. I'm Pacific Standard Time. So currently, it is 11:36 p.m. I have 24 minutes until midnight. So, yep, that's me. But yeah, if I were able to do this as a full-time thing, I definitely would not be streaming every single day, but I probably would be trying to stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday sort of schedule, or maybe Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday. I don't know. Maybe Monday, Thursday, Saturday, but It's 1 a.m. in the morning for you? Yee! Yeah, that's right. You are a fellow U.S. citizen. I keep on forgetting about that. About that, Wilbur. Detroit, right? You woke up because you're... Hey, it's 2:37 a.m. Wow. Okay. So, I'm in the presence of some fellow night dwellers. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Like I said, cute.
Well, what if this adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like,
All right.
One
Well,
was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once.
you have
You
test
may
today.
keep your thanks
Wilbur,
to yourself.
get some sleep. Wilbur, sleep. Now. Grab a bunch of lavender flowers and stuff them up your nose if you have to. Just sleep. Yes, Roman. Roman's right. I hope you ace your test, but you only do that if you sleep. You will? Okay. Lock the cat outside of your room if you have to. Okay, I will. Good.
That was actually a very good impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon. As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet.
Stay up, don't go to sleep. No. Night, Wilbur. I'll see you later. Oh, boy. Like I said, Roman, it's fun to be able to interact with people late at night. That's one of the big benefits of being able to stream. Being able to talk to people, even if it isn't vocal on their end.
If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it. You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can,
Hide?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However...
You still have some reservations?
Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract,
She looks
I can't
so
be having
tired.
second thoughts. Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now. Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud
Oh, I
Retainer
forgot to
tries
ask Wilbur
start
to
telling
hit the
stories
like
about
button
her
before
again
leaving.
this
Oh,
year,
well.
we should pipe up and change the topic. Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
Whoops. Thank you, Roman. But I wouldn't exactly say that the YouTube streaming community doesn't have its own
1, 2,
trauma
3,
and drama going on.
4.
It definitely there
2,
definitely is a lot more of that
3,
going on with
4.
wait, hold on. we're traveling with Ganyu, so let's bring out Ganyu. But yeah, I have seen some bits of like stuff going on with YouTube as well from time to time. The thing about YouTube and Twitch is wait, I thought I completed that. Hey, Scarlet! But yeah, the thing about YouTube and Twitch is that they often just, I mean, just to let you know, Roman, I believe, if you've been following me for a bit, you probably have noticed, Scarlet's obsession with his, alternate universe, where he unifies a whole bunch of story in the search for Rome. So, Scarlet, maybe you can ask Roman Love about where Rome could be. I'm kidding. Don't go too crazy, Scarlet.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
Oh wait, I just remembered what I was saying. Yeah, because whenever like YouTube or Twitch have like some sort of controversy, people are usually just swapping back and forth between the two. So people end up going nowhere. So I'm glad to hear that there are like new platforms popping up, but until somebody decides to like reach out to the web of content creators that exists, there's not gonna be much of a response. Oh, that's a cute little crab. I did not realize there were crabs up here. But, yeah, there can be quite a bit of problems going on, no matter which community it is.
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Huh. Could she be busy with something else right now?
True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Is everyone gonna be gone?
Uh-oh. Will it involve a lot more traveling? Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now.
Rome is where the heart is.
She's really as nice as the story suggests. She'd definitely come to help anyone who was drowning, right?
Yes, I think that's fair to say.
Oh no, Paimon.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue!
If you're so sure, why don't you try?
You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Paimon would sink like a rock!
I just think it's a bad idea.
Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there. Quick, swim to the very center!
Why are we doing this? Paimon can be a genius at times. But in most cases, she is an idiot. This is one of those cases. Shouldn't it be more practical to just call Xiao? Precisely! Xiao will respond to our name, and he was advertised in the event. So, ooh, fishing. Some other time.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to
What is going on?
Hi, Shao. Paimon has so much brain rot. Yeah, which is really unfortunate considering that she's our guide. Seriously, we could have just called his name. That's all we had to do. Just call his name. Shao! Shao! We would like to talk to you! Now she's spreading the brain rot? Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's contagious. That's why we're listening to her. Shoot! Oh, and
How do you feel right now?
Shinha.
Shenhe, and the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it. Okay, fine. Paimon will explain.
It's your idea.
We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being alone, then how are we supposed to find them?
I like Paimon in Japanese or Korean. In English, her voice drives me crazy. I'm glad. I haven't played this game in Japanese or Korean, but I have heard a lot of other people repeat that sentiment. That being said, I like a lot of the other characters' voices in English, and I'm not really wanting to... and I also find it a lot easier to be looking at them when I'm playing in English instead of looking at the dialogue that's at their waist. Well, instead of looking at their face. Like, I want to be able to look at the character when they're talking instead of the dialogue.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Sorry for... Why isn't the option here, I told you? The brain rots in Paimon is real, yeah. Sorry for troubling you both.
Glad you're okay.
He sounds very pissed off. And I understand. Here he is, trying to be a good guy, trying to save a life. And it turns out that it's just another one of Paimon's schemes. You're leaving already?
As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Yeah. Especially at Paimon for dragging Aether into her... Yep.
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
Seems like Master isn't here right now.
Speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Yeah, I don't understand. Okay. I just deal with Paimon's talking. Like, I appreciate it when Paimon's talking smart. But once Paimon's talking brain rot... Yeah. I just have to push through it. I want to be able to look at the other people that are participating in the conversation.
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn. I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
Sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continue to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people, sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything.
Ganyu doesn't want you... Ganyu gets embarrassed when people call her Lady Ganyu.
Oh, is that what it is? Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
What?
It's a kind of a happy or relaxing sound, or a nerve-wracking sound, or even a terrifying one.
It's a series of sounds that tells a story, Paimon. That does not help.
I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay! That's really helpful. Thanks!
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day. Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
Paimon's description is not going to help us at all. To her cultivation place. What is she cultivating? The brain rot has infected Paimon. Paimon is the source of the brain rock. Or brain rot. Wait, how far away is this? Oh, not that far. But Paimon is patient number 1.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
Oh no! Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything!
My condolences, Paimon.
Oh, whew! Paimon hasn't gone deaf after all! Paimon heard you when you just spoke. Anyway, where is this music?
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
They are a type of music.
Oh, Paimon wasn't quite done with the description.
Arknights is a rather popular one, and Revu Starlight, Scarlet introduced me to the anime. I've never played any of the, I've never played the game of Revu Starlight, though. Oh yeah, Arknights also just came out with an anime, huh? Or has it been out for a couple years? I don't know.
Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the sounds of nature, but melodies played on special instruments.
Oh. And a melody is?
Oh! Ganyu, why don't you sing that folk song you sing to Glaze Lilies?
Huh?
Oh, cute! I'm sorry. Bye. Ganyu is one of my favorites, and I will continue to say that. And yeah.
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Fingers crossed this won't attract any whopper flowers.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yunjin sang?
Mm-hmm. That was a melody, and
Later,
melodies can be
Ganyu,
called
yes.
music.
You like that about her? I don't.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again.
Albedo eats spiders, huh? Interesting.
We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as they were on that day. So that's the power of music.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep! Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside.
It's a good idea to have a mix of meat and veggies. Meat? I like having some meat, some pickles, some cheese, some mustard. What else? Oh, pizza. Pizza is really good. Just some meat on top of cheese and sauce, some tomato sauce, and a nice bread crust. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. You guys are starting to talk about food, and I'm getting hungry. Yeah, if you type Albedo eats in the search bar, the spider part will pop up. Okay.
What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression on you?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me. I know some local folk songs. And a few other things come to mind, too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops. The tunes of folk artists performing on the streets.
All the sounds of Liyue Harbor.
Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all. They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
Why didn't we get a Ganyu outfit for Lantern Rite?
Go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it. Like, okay, maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses. But at the very least, Kuching and Shenhe are your friends now, right?
Yes, I am. Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Thank you, everyone.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well.
Yeah, I have a few Filipino followers on here. Scarlet is definitely the most frequent one, but there have been a few others that come on as well.
I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them
As
will
well
be
as some
to your
people from
taste.
Thailand.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
Nonsense. You are my friend. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time. I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait, what is that saying again? If you insist?
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
I doubt Kachin will be bunching on any flowers.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus title, but merely as that illuminated bird?
Master.
Our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Can I just take that crown away from Paimon?
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. Even after being chastised once already? Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further.
No. Scolding is done. It is now time for punishment.
One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
Yes, yes, please, Cloud Retainer.
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
Happy Lantern Rite, Shinha.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
I forget. So Zhonli was able to go back and forth between his Archon Adepti form and his human form. Does Cloud Retainer have a human form?
Thank you, everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Cloud Retainer is about to make Paimon emergency. She doesn't look. I do not like calling Paimon emergency food, but I will appreciate that joke. Okay, back to Cloud Retainer's abode. Never mind.
Next on the agenda,
Is this Quaily Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
I've definitely heard it somewhere.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him.
Cloud Retainer is the one with red glasses. Oh, okay. Yep, I saw that trailer. They advertised that as a promo, so I wasn't really expecting much of it, but I have been avoiding that one clip that's supposed to be the end cutscene of this story, or one of the stories.
Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor One was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations.
Yeah, I really think that the Genshin YouTube channels, or even the Honkai YouTube channel, should be releasing those cinematics a week after the beginning of the event or something, just so that like people aren't like, hey, new Genshin video. I mean, I was asking, and I will accept the answer as saying yes, that she does have one. So I do appreciate that answer. I'm just kind of curious if that means if she's ever gonna become playable, kind of like Xiao.
As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, One often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of One's accomplishments were crafted by one's own hand?
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses. Regardless, every time an argument occurred, Guizhong would come over to watch us during our mutual lambastics. On some occasions, she would join in, and on others, she'd take one of us by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous nonsense.
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or ladybird.
Why aren't you giving her the glare?
Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table. Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous creations? At the sight of him, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking. Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink
Thank you,
from
Roman.
a square cup?
That does sound annoying.
Precisely. So, as you can see, even one as great as Rex Lapis was not immune to making the occasional blunder. Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation, filling the table with humor and laughter. Each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a marvelous time? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains, until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye as a veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam Ping.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story?
That's what she's getting to.
Or are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already,
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning. No matter, one will share the whole story with you now. In times gone by, one
Why isn't her
quarreled
voice
oft
echoing
with
anymore?
Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud
Cloud
to
Retainer,
acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly, until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili Plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle.
Aren't those
When
the,
Streetward Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins
Yeah, Shao's
was her
people.
lifeless body. After this, at Streetward Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many Lantern Rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything.
Ah.
We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next.
No, not Guizhong.
But
Guizhong
are we Adepti
is
so
the,
different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
Wait, was that Madam
One
Ping?
has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
Was the pretty one Madame Ping? No, not her. She. Yeah, Guijan died. Yeah, that's Ping? Ah! Huh.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted. But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhang was far greater than one's own.
Yep, Madame Ping did say she called herself once a vain beauty when she was young. Oh, wow.
Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhang's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
You haven't seen hype like this since Ayaka, Shogun, and Scaramouche? Wow. I've been trying to minimize how much of the Genshin community I've been... how much of the Genshin community I've seen since I'm currently in the middle, or this event is going on. But the fact that people are that hyped about Madame Ping back when she was young. That's cool. Still, if Madame Ping has gone old and has lost much of her ability, kind of makes you wonder about what the forms of the other adepti. Especially considering that much of them have not aged a single wrinkle in all these years.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not.
Yeah, Scarlet. Sure, you pulled Guizhan, even though Guizhan doesn't actually exist. You really gotta be careful, Scarlet. Not everyone's gonna pick up on your whole multiverse lingo.
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument.
What's Zendor? I mean, that's
creator,
me. That's my YouTube channel. Zendor Dawnburst.
But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhang composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhang's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetwood Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, I mean, I did make my OC as a Genshin character. So, yeah, I mean, you're not too far off. I've got the I've got a Geovision on my waist. I've got that whole elemental symbol with the 4 stars. So, yeah, it works.
Music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to our satisfaction.
Xander, the next
In
Geo
celebration,
Archon.
she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once.
Considering that, like, we know that there were other Archons that shared elements with the 7 before the Archon War, and some after, considering that, well, actually, no. Nahida is just the resurrection of the previous Dendro Archon. But, yeah, I've been seeing you say that, Scarlet. Sorry. If Zhongli is able to see her again, I imagine he's going to be hosting a whole festival. That or getting Hu Tao to take a look at her and figure out, okay, how is this dead person back, and can we get her back to rest in peace?
Which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water and was saved by Streetwood Rambler.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity for a long while, one finally approached her and asked why she would retire the tune after having spent so long on it. In response, she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madam Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary.
Okay, so Guizhong was alive
Tragically
after
passed
the
before
Archon
her
War.
time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished
Oh
in
wait,
the
no,
realm of
no,
clouds.
sorry, Ganyu fought during the
Blank
Archon War.
pages
Never
give
mind.
one cause for contemplation on what might have been. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetwood Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean Ping might find the topic too distressing?
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that both of us are usually careful to avoid.
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
I'm sorry, Scarlet. You don't need to repeat everything. I'm sorry. My focus is on this as much as it is on chat.
Oh? How so?
I've been in Liyue Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I, too, am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one. But this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
If you were to tell Hutao that, she probably would start offering you bags of gold in order to try to figure out the secret to get a hold of the process or something. I don't know.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's Lantern Rite. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
You youngsters and your imaginations.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Liyue Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every Lantern Rite the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
If nothing else, do it for Ganyu.
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable. Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting. Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What? Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Cloud Retainer is way too strict. Alright, time to drop down from the heavens. As if we're being wished on from the banner. Hey, I wouldn't mind adding some constellations to adding some stars to Ganyu's constellation.
Whoa, Madame Ping and Cloud Retainer?
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Careful, Scarlet. I don't want you to start incorporating Palpatine into your team.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air. Ganyu, please continue from here.
All right?
You already did. No. No, Scarlet, you need to get Palpatine out of there as fast as possible, okay? You get a hold of Mace Windu. Tell him that Palpatine is a Sith. You need to get him out of here before he destroys you.
So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life. Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Just so I could... Dude. No. If you want that to happen, you get Plo Koon, okay? He's got a non-lethal version, more like a taser. Plo Koon is the one that you should have gone with.
Let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter. What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief.
You do realize how much of a spread Palpatine's electricity has, right? It doesn't just target one part of the body. It spreads everywhere. No matter... You could be striking... Palpatine could be aiming for the person's feet, and they still would be getting their brain fried.
It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Who's she?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
Oh, there is no harm done. After all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a hero as any other.
So how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Her perspective on music.
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change.
Ah, reality is not whatever you want it to be, Scarlet. Fiction is. Fiction is where we can all tell the tales of whatever we want it to be. Fiction is the creation of imagination.
She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them. And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland. When I see the site of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
Well, she's been through a lot in her time.
Of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh, yeah! Music! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
I can make arrangements right away.
Oh, as much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm, it's been a long time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did. And whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody. There was a period of time whenever I started strumming,
Texture glitched out for a moment.
it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days. No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
Well, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat.
The goddess of salt, huh? Lana's, she doesn't start making everything salty.
Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the Lantern Rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny!
Oh, Yanfei.
Whoa. What's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
And now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some work to do at Yue High Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yanfei. I haven't been able to find a chance until now. I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
I forgot that the people were responsible for turning against her.
Wow, that'd be great. We'll look forward to it.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Oh, we gotta head down. Whoop. You've invited Sino to make a speech? Why? Why have you done this? Why? He doesn't belong in Liyue. You made him the speaker for Nahida, not the speaker for Zhongli.
Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuching's here too. Thanks for helping set all of this up.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Are you serious? I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend? That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction. Guess that comes with having a musical mind.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, Adepti don't age at all. But Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Yep.
Madam Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom. Whatever physical form she may decide to take, her mind and wits are as sharp as they come.
Still, would be quite entertaining for her to suddenly turn into her old Adepti form and become a playable character.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
I think... yes. I must thank her in person. That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Oh, wow, I'm suddenly getting a lot of people wanting to jump in.
Ah, speaking of, Madam Ping wishes you all the best with the music festival.
Not Guijon, Street Rambler.
Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from afar.
Wait, are you serious? Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous.
Relax, just treat it like any other performance.
Okay, alright. Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
I know you meant Guijon, but I meant Street Rambler. Madam Ping.
Mr. Dvorak? He's already gone. Paimon wasn't even
Oh wait,
finished
no, you...
telling
Okay, I understand what you meant. Sorry.
Before we set off on our search with Ganyu, he asked us about what music means to people. After our recent adventure, Paimon thinks we have a lot more to say about that now.
Please, share your insights with me.
Well, we found out that music can be used for good, but also for bad. It can make people happy and moved, but it can also be sad and bittersweet. And music is like a kind be written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
That was a broad summary, but not the most detailed.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on working?
Mm-hmm. Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
That should be everything taken care of, right? Oh, no, wait. Paimon feels like she's forgetting something. What was it?
Jean-Li's bamboo.
Oh, it feels like it was a while ago. Shoot! Latent... Wait, no. Anyway, fancy bamboo shoots!
Made from nascent bamboo shoots.
Jean-Li said he wasn't in a hurry, so if we went now, there's probably still time, right? Anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not our fault. He could have totally picked them by himself. Ugh. Anyway, let's go check with him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Okay. Oh. I take it these three are getting ready for a performance? What?
Oh. All right, let's take a break here. Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director?
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? In broad daylight? Okay.
Wow.
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow. We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on. It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
I'm sorry. Did you just say several invisible audience members? Starts looking around, feeling the back of their neck to see if it's standing up right now. Okay, we're good. Why are my arms tingling?
Invisible audience members?
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth.
Come on, knock it off.
What's wrong? I've never seen someone look so confused before. Well, don't worry, because Director Who's here to explain it all.
The unknown god saw your irrigation? Well, the issue is, I don't know if the unknown god is currently in Celestia.
There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition. With my words, Xinyan's chorus, and Yunjin as our mentor, we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
Heck yeah.
For sure! The whole dance floor will be yelling encore! Encore! Oh, now Paimon's rhyming along. But when you say flames roaring, are you sure this will be safe?
No, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Yuhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
Huh. Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on this one.
Have you seen Jean-Li, Director Who?
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the mountains. Said he
wanted to pay a visit to some old friends.
Ah, so all the Adepti who know that he's still alive.
It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of traditional art forms, he's able to appreciate Xinyan's performances too.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, he was the one who first invited me to perform here. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang out here, especially if you're in the mood to try something new.
I can speak to that. Hu Tao is always full of fun surprises.
And jump scares.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some lyric ideas for your part. Do you want to go through them together?
Oh, sure thing. I'm all ears.
Traveler in Paimon, I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill. When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses. You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
Yeah, but normally the party's full of people that are like grieving and talking about their dead friend. Back to Mount Hu, whatever it was called. Ah, what's his name again? Stargazer?
Paimon sees them! It's illuminated deer and illuminated bird number 2!
Smacks Paimon's head. Greetings, everyone. Long time no see.
A familiar face.
Oh, Mooncarver.
Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city nowadays?
Everything's great! But you know, if you're so curious, you can always go and check it out for yourself.
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoots you wanted.
Impeccable timing. Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait, that mechanism, is that?
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? Actually, never mind. She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name willy-nilly.
I trust that you found the
Branded
answers you
Paimon.
were seeking during your recent journey?
Yes.
Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world around us. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Of course.
Oh, Zhongli! Hu Tao told us to tell you something. She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses! When she says performance, she must mean the Lantern Rite Music Festival. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come as well.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet, since the Director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite. and the aroma rich and intense. The craftsmanship of this machine is commendable indeed. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup. It tastes most exquisite while still warm.
Ah. I gotta say, I really like his design. Mountain Shaper's, wait, no, that's Mountain Shaper Mooncarver. Mooncarver. Mooncarver's design is really nice. A lot of fireworks are getting set up. Yep. Oh, here we go.
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hetao, and this is a little something called...
The Flame Lilies!
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh! I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey! Woo!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My
Why
troop,
aren't they wearing last
interested?
year's uniform?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Yep, looks like she's busy. Chi-chi. I did not expect him to be a conductor.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao Lanterns,
Ha! Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao Lantern, the likes of which the world has never seen. You must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Wait, where's the performers?
Listen! That must be Madame Ping!
And that is a good place to, Oh wait, never mind. What was that? Ah. Okay. Ah, okay. Wait, what time was that? 19 and 24. You want me to talk to the characters first? Sure, I'll head over to the, over to them. I do know that, I did get a screenshot of, like, where some of the different characters are. If the Adepti are still there, that is.
Traveler, hurry! It's almost time for us to join Hotel for dinner! Ooh, and we'll be meeting at Liyue Kiosk. It's the place with a really long wait list. As expected of the parlor director, always so generous. Come on, let's go!
Apparently that bird call that I just heard is supposed to be Xiao. And unfortunately, it looks like the Adepti are no longer here, Scarlet. So we will have to, yep, meet up with some of the characters afterwards.
Next on the agenda.
I wanted to keep the story going.
Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli. I have them all noted down.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too. It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people.
Yeah.
There are many things I could learn from you.
He literally is the oldest person here, not just by looks, but age as well. Beyond their comprehension.
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible, may I trouble you to provide a few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing...
Whoa, there's so many people here. All we knew was that Hotel invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends.
Well, it kind of makes sense that Hu Tao would be associated with him.
Happy Lantern Rite, everyone!
Happy Lantern Rite.
Likewise. Please, take a seat.
Happy Lantern Rite! Are you having fun?
I've become musically cultured.
Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this. I heard that the audience loved it too, and she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yoonjin's gonna help her.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
The performance was spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Oh.
Hold on. Xiangling came up with a new recipe? Let Paimon try! See? Someone here knows how to encourage people. Thanks, Paimon. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli, too. He gave me lots of useful pointers that really drove it home for me. Oh, so that's what you were talking about before we arrived.
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally revolved around cooking. Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are comparable to a melody dancing on the tongue. My suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you always deliver. Now I'm getting embarrassed. Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on Mr. Zhongli's advice.
That sounds like it might become a little safer to eat.
How about I sample the dishes next time?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're missing someone. Oh, Huta was the one who invited us, but she's not here. And where's Guoba? Oh, Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant. You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't have had the time to accept Hu Tao's invitation.
Yeah.
As for Hu Tao...
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host you for the time being. Seems like it's almost time.
Huh? Hu Tao went to fetch someone in person? Oh, that must mean they are super important. Could it be... Kuching? Ningguang? Or Captain Beto?
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details, could I?
Oh.
Ta-da! We're here! Oh, we're not late to the party, right? Right? Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are both as swift as the wind. And whoosh, we made it just in time.
Hu Tao moves so weird.
Oh. So the important guest is the Conqueror of Demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals, but also the protector of Liyue's peace, Adeptus Alatus. To convene here with all of you is indeed a great honor.
Oh.
It's almost Lantern Rite, yet you took all the trouble coming here.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebrations.
Huh. Then why would you come all the way to Wangshu Inn?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yanxiao and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind the director was looking for.
Uh-oh. You should have talked to... Oh,
I'm sure you're
that was
exaggerating,
a
Jean.
comment.
Sir.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat. Everyone here today is well known in their own field.
They all
We've
got
probably
it.
heard about one another to some extent. Some of us are even old acquaintances, so there's no need to be this formal.
They... all the Adepti gotta play the silent part when it comes to him so that no one else knows except for the Traveler.
I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are pretty close, no?
We're old friends.
Great. You two sit together.
You should take a seat too, Director.
Oh? Finally remembered me? When we arrived just now, the host at Shinue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring up the food.
Paimon would have never guessed the person who Tao went to fetch was Xiao.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends with the Conqueror of Demons.
You know Xiao Chu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. I've always looked up to him. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations, dispelling evil together, both in the open and from the shadows. Hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him. Conqueror of Demons, I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Changyun has brought that name up quite a few times in the past. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of exorcists.
Ahem.
We know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again. Happy Lantern Rite.
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person. I'm Xingqiu, Shangli and Changyun's friend. The pleasure is all mine.
Whoa. Everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Paimon doesn't know what she should say anymore. Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons, please accept Paimon's greetings too. Belated Happy Lantern Rite.
Belated isn't the right word to use here.
Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon!
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. Too much formality kills the atmosphere. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone to walk on eggshells. Hiya.
What's your true intention then?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky, bidding farewell to the past, and embracing the present with joy.
And trying to expose your assistant as Zhongli.
And that is something our consultant would say.
Or
I think it deserves a standing ovation.
not as the Archon. What?
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We all worked really hard this year, whether traveling or guiding, cooking, helping with the family business, exorcising evil spirits, or conquering demons. And of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the parlor every now and then. Everyone has done some pretty amazing things. As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most deserving of praise.
Ha ha ha.
Sounds kind of self-important, but Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she managed to talk Xiao into coming. He rarely ever enters Liyue Harbor after all.
I'm curious about how she did it.
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of demons, Adeptus Xiao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn, hero of Dihua Marsh. I know you're there.
Oh my goodness.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Is there something you need?
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
There might be other reasons.
Smart guess. Huh? There's more to it? It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the guardian yakshas. You know,
just to be sociable.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. Humans couldn't escape from the torment of the plague, nor could they escape death. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millelith fought valiantly, and Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the dead.
Oh, so Funeral Parlor was also operating as a hospital? Huh.
That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And it effectively prevented further incidents from happening.
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him.
Was he worried about his karma?
You know him pretty well, huh?
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another acquainted with elemental power. Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling anything unusual so far.
Release the formality. His name is Xiao.
Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy, so he's probably the most resilient.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl? Hey, don't look away.
Huh? What?
I'm siding with Chongyun. I saw that too. You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that, he'd definitely make you eat all your carrots.
Huh? Guoba would do that? Is he that uncompromising? But now that I think of it, Xianglin told me that Guoba used to be the stove god.
It sounds like you've heard the rumors.
You seem pretty quiet today. Is everything okay? Oh, not used to being around so many people?
I'm doing fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old friend. Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Oh, an old friend?
You should know him. He's...
Huh?
Seeds of story.
Oh.
Brought by the wind.
And cultivated by time. Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that saying? That voice. Could it be?
It must be.
If I'm not mistaken, there's someone knocking at the door. Don't just sit there, Zhongli. Go welcome our guest in.
Zhongli is probably not really wanting to. Really, Miss Hu Tao? Do I have to?
No such need. I'm coming in. You finally let me in. Hello, hello. No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends and new. Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, it's the tone deaf bard.
Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. It looks like we're gonna be friends. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. Help yourself. Oh, I'll ask them for another set of cutlery.
This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. She no doubt is the one with the most authority here. Whoa, these
Is that a
dishes
slight
look
at
amazing.
Zhongli?
Is it really okay for me to join in? All right, I'm digging in.
Oh, those are some big crabs.
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genu?
Genu?
Oh no, he's gonna give Shincho's pen name away.
Yep. Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genyu's works, aren't you? I met Xingqiu at a light novel convention. Ah, how I wish we'd met sooner. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret Genyu's new novel as thoroughly as I could.
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, your fundamentals are way more impressive.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
Looks like he's my old pal too.
Yeah! Xiao, you remember me too, right?
Oh.
We had a chat not long ago.
Yes, yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago, when I happened to run into this...
You've already forgotten? I'm a bard, remember? And bards go around singing wherever they like.
Oh, right. And this bard was performing in Dihua Marsh. It was a moving melody, and it made me feel relaxed and at ease. I couldn't help but stay and listen.
Thank you for your patronage.
So that's how it was. I see.
I understand now, too. I'm Zhongli, currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It's a pleasure to meet you, new friend.
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything unsatisfactory, let me know anytime.
That's very considerate of you.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an impressive consultant.
Oh, you're too nice, Venti. Not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land, and there's nothing throughout history that he doesn't know. From the sophisticated way he speaks, it's hard not to suspect that he could very well be an adeptus in disguise.
Uh-oh.
Xiao, you're an adeptus. Do you think it might be possible?
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons. I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge in that matter.
Really? But Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable.
Paimon, play along.
Huh? Oh, right! Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often.
Really?
Yeah, boy, I'm just gonna skip past Paimon's little brain rot right there.
I've actually heard a few things about Mr. Zhongli before. The guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern, ordered a cup of hot tea with the most complex name.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like yourself in Mondstadt. I've heard that he's elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement to regard him as the best bard in Mondstadt.
Now you're making me embarrassed. I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little run-of-the-mill sometimes.
He's gonna throw a meteor at Paimon for her brain rot. Yeah.
There's one I heard a while back that went, the old house is renewed, welcoming the spring breeze, awakening old memories. The meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack of literary flair.
I think so too. The composition needs a little jazzing up. If I were to give it a go, I'd make it an old melon on a vine, a new flower that grows fine.
Oh, good one! It feels unique and has a nice ring to it.
Oh no.
You have great taste, Venti. I was right about you. Let's shake hands.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, Xingqiu. Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some well-written ones.
I was expecting her to have one of those buzzers that, like, tingle your hand.
I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference between those two.
I don't think it's your fault.
Chongyun's right. It's not our fault.
Paimon, watch and learn from Hu Tao and Venti. This will come in handy for your ugly nicknames.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the Tone Deaf Bard here? Are you here to take part in Lantern Rite too?
I heard that Liyue will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, how could I possibly resist the temptation to come take a look? Or listen. Getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think?
Huh, but the music festival wasn't planned beforehand.
As for the Fontaine friend who hosted the festival, I saw him near Stone Gate the other day. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to congratulate him.
Thank you. You must feel very grateful.
Don't think anything of it. By the way, I was watching as you entered Liyue kiosk, but no one seemed to notice me. Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored the sound of the wind?
Oh, Venti is secretly a little angry.
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, Liyue Harbor becomes bustling with activity. People are all busy watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. It is rather difficult to predict another's whereabouts. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly, and we're all gathered here with friends, new and old. This is no doubt a wonderful occasion worth celebrating. To come together with all of you at the beginning of the year, one can't help but be filled with joy. In a moment like this, I propose we raise a glass together. In my case, tea in lieu of wine.
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. That was exactly what I wanted to say. Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much trouble barging in like that, did I? We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, but since
Hey,
Mr.
Fumi.
Zhongli insists on drinking tea, I'll give a toast with tea too. Everyone, thanks for the treat.
You're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. May this year be better than the last.
Class just finished? Ah. How'd it go? Did you have a test today, or... You're gonna give Venti a... No, please, please! Venti is a... You needed to take a dump? Okay, well... But yeah, Scarlet, please don't give Venti brain rot. I appreciate his musical talent and his, He's at least got some sensibility. More sensibility than Paimon. But if you give Paimon's brain rot to Venti, he's gonna lose it. Please don't. So you're at home right now? Okay.
Considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to later, sticking to tea seems like a good idea.
I'm thinking that I'm probably about at the end of this event, or at least this story of the event, so... I will be... I do have to cover for someone's shift next Sunday night, so I won't be streaming at the same day that I usually do. I will be streaming 24 hours later, so Monday night next week. But I do still have the Honkai stream coming up later this week on Tuesday, so look forward to that. You're also... Oh my goodness, did you just like turn brain rot into like some sort of fungal disease that is traveling through the air as a spore, and you're just spreading around across the entire land of Tevat? Or Tevat? Boy, looks like the Dendro Archon is going to have to put a stop to you.
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts. Should we?
Shall?
What's with the urgency?
Are you done eating? Want to head out for a walk?
Sure.
Have you two finished eating? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air after a meal. Helps with digestion.
Paimon will come too.
I'm guessing that it has something to do with his karma. You're still hungry, right?
Yeah?
Don't worry, we'll be back soon.
Okay then. Don't forget to come back.
Flory face.
Are you alright?
I should be the one asking you that.
It's hard to describe.
Unfamiliar with gatherings like this?
It's not that. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. Even I got dragged along to their gatherings many times. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart. It never gets too complicated. But this time...
I understand. It's all Zhongli's fault.
That's not what I meant. Or perhaps I should say Rex Lapis is really good at adapting to human life. You could say that he actually enjoys doing so. And that's something I might never be able to do.
You don't have to be like them.
That does sound like something you would say. No matter. I know my circumstances. Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels strangely novel.
Strange in a good way?
Yes. The parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. I had made mental preparations before agreeing to come. She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power, and I knew that you would be here. But I didn't expect the other guests to be...
No one would have guessed. No one would have guessed.
General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's what I should do with what I'm feeling now. But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis himself. I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are. I'm not intruding, right?
You're not. What is it?
Hotel saw that everyone's done eating and asked the staff to bring out the desserts.
You have things to do? Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Fumi. You have a good one.
Paimon got so anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching.
Oh boy. But not so anxious that she can't eat. Sounds like she'll be okay.
To be honest, I was kind of worried too. You looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here and was planning to head back to Wangshu Inn for something Yanqiao made.
You're worrying too much.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by, Fumi. You have a good one. Xiao, don't pull any lemniscatic wind cyclings on us.
Why would I? Anyway, let's head back.
Please wait! There's another reason why I came looking for you. Here, take these. I brought them for you.
Almond tofu?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yanqiao and I are not only competitors, but good friends as well. I visit him at Wangshu Inn sometimes to discuss our cooking. I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu, so I learned a thing or two about the dish from him.
I'll be honest. Before Hu Tao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guests she planned to invite, and asked me for some suggestions on what she should order. So I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys in advance. Take them as a token of gratitude for your support. When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you, Jeanline and Guoba.
Thank you for the trouble. There was no need to... I'll take them. Thank you. And Guoba, too.
You're welcome.
Weaponized beyond reason? Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yanxiao cooks. Please let me know if there's any improvements I should make.
Okay.
That's all. Alrighty, we should head back now. We can't keep Paimon waiting. You're finally done whispering secrets to each other? So much for promising Paimon you'll be back soon.
We were pretty quick. You're only angry because you have no sense of time.
How could you say that to Paimon? In that case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having no sense of fullness looks like. Your dessert is all Paimon's.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Nope, we're eating.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no serious business to take care of. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Strive to be more like Hu Tao, Paimon.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering deserves something ceremonious.
Oh? Is this some local custom?
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side, that's all. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense burner on the table. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense to the most distinguished guest among us all. Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity in all our endeavors in the new year.
I see. Perfect symbolism, as expected of Hu Tao. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener, even for a bard who has traveled all across the world.
I'm not familiar with the details of his past deeds. He knows.
If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say that you're a wielder of unlimited strength.
Venti, your hair is always floating.
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. I am truly impressed. Since we all get to nominate someone...
Oh, no! No! No, Scarlet! No!
I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter me just because I'm your boss. We are looking for the most distinguished guest here. As the host, I shouldn't be involved in this discussion at all. Now that we've enjoyed this table full of delicacies, how about we let our one and only chef here do the honors?
Is this really the way this works? I didn't cook any of these dishes.
That's a fair point.
It's not a big deal. Just look at her. Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's competition.
What the heck?
The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Why does Paimon feel like we're back at square one again? stop! You're making me embarrassed. If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue Harbor.
Oh my goodness.
Huh? Don't get me involved in this.
Oh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense, we're all sure to make a huge sum of mora in the new year.
Yes, you're right, Scarlet. You just brought the sample in. Oh wait, no, the sample's inside of we need to get out. Quarantine Paimon. Quarantine everyone here, quick.
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish, but it's of lesser importance than good health and happiness. Which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who keeps everyone's home safe from evil spirits.
Hey, wouldn't that be, Oh no, Chongyun's gonna go for Xiao based on that argument.
Huh? Now you're nominating me? I can't be the one when we have the Conqueror of Demons right here.
Yep.
Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today. We should...
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here.
Is he going to say it's only...
You should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observations.
Wait, don't...
One person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Even though you're always mocking Paimon, you're still pretty popular with other people. No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again.
I'm not the only well-connected person here, though.
Huh? Who else is there?
You, of course.
Huh? Huh? Does that mean Paimon's the most distinguished guest?
No! 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 The brain rot has gone full circle! No!
Well, that was unexpected!
Do I get to eat my dessert now?
I agree. Paimon's just the one we need. Without a friend constantly by your side, a long journey would become dreadfully lonesome. But once you have someone there to brighten up the atmosphere, everything along the way will become lively and vibrant too.
Ah. The traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon, they would have become quite monotonous. Paimon plays an indispensable role in making your journey a happy and smooth one.
Not wrong, but she is quite a troublemaker.
You guys, Paimon's not used to being praised like that. Those were genuine compliments, right?
Of course, you're the best travel companion ever. Absolutely. I need to get a face cam so that you guys can see what my face looks like right now.
Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time, but Paimon's not mad anymore.
And unfortunately, her brain rot has gone full circle. Yep.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all the time.
Fair.
That is indeed true.
That means Paimon is as important to the traveler as Guoba is to me.
Wait. How much teasing do you do to Groba?
Looks like we've come to an agreement. Any
What sort of
objections
pranks-
before we proceed?
What sort of pranks would Zhonglin do to Groba?
I trust the traveler's judgment.
Then Paimon it is. And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for us.
Teasing works so long as the friend is in on the joke. If the friend isn't on the joke, yeah, that can get sour quickly.
Here you go. Take the match. And don't burn yourself. But if things go really wrong, here's the 2-for-1 coupon.
Oh, come on! I am getting quite hungry. I'm gonna be warming up some Hot Pockets after this.
It's getting late. I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Thanks for the treat, Director.
Yep, the tea was amazing too.
You don't have to go all polite on me. Just remember to come when I invite you next time. Let's see. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home. As for the rest of the guests, I'll leave them to our consultant.
No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need to trouble one such as Mr. Zhongli. I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me anytime.
I will.
It was great getting to know you all. Let's meet again when the spring breeze begins to blow.
Bye. Oh, we should write poetry together sometime.
I'm sure Venti would like that very much.
We'll catch you all later then. Don't forget to return to the parlor later. There's something I need you to do.
Understood. See you later.
Bye.
Well then.
Rex Lapis.
Just Zhongli will do. I live as a mortal in Liyue Harbor now. I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and retire to rest at sundown. If we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to you as Adeptus Shao.
Heaven forbid.
Let's stop teasing him now.
I meant what I said. I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival, you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it as you've gained a lot more knowledge about the past? The same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, feelings and interpretations expand in variety too. I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned a few things about her research topic. From the evidence she found and the conclusion she made, her area of research is already very close to the truth. But there are multiple sides to humans and gods alike. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending, while others were kind and capable. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Shao and Ganyu, those adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary to humans are something more akin to close companions. This was as true back then as it is right now. Just how Shao may seem unapproachable to most, but the Traveler has proved otherwise. So there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
Zhongli, what you're saying is...
It looks like you understood what I meant. The director asked me to accompany you on your return, but I don't think you'll need my protection. I'll be taking a walk around and admiring the night scenery. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director. Goodbye for now.
Bye,
Yeah, I need to find a hotel.
Everyone's gone now. Paimon always feels a little empty inside when a lively celebration ends. But at least you always stay by Paimon's side. No. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side, traveler.
I'm afraid there will be a lot to ask of you in the future too, most distinguished Paimon.
Good that you're aware of that. Shell, is there anything else you want to do? We could take you on a tour of Liyue Harbor.
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The city lights are a fine sight, but it's time for me to leave. The events of today occurred so abruptly. I appreciate your kindness.
The feeling's mutual. You don't have to thank me every time.
Okay. I'll see you next time then.
Okay. That was that. And of course it's after 2, so that, or after 1, so that gets activated. Shadow X looming. I have seen people do that one before, yeah. Wait a minute. Before I go to that, are there anything? Nope, nope, nothing. Okay. In that case, I'll be honest. I'm not all that interested in Alhaitham. But I do want to get Xiao. Shall I do a 10 pull? I do want to. Do it? Alright. I've already got 4 gems, which means I will be paying for 6 of them. And I will only be able to do 1 10 pull here, and then I'll do a 10 pull for the standard. Purple. Probably the new character. Yao Yao. Favonius Lance. Huh. I'll be honest, that is a rather bland looking weapon for a 4-star. I'd rather be a 3-star character. Ah. Alright. Nope. Next up. Standard banner. Purple again. Layla! I did not realize she was already in the standard banner. Well, that's one constellation for Layla. Not that I have much interest in actually using her, though. But yeah, okay. I think, actually, you know what, since Ganya's my favorite. I think that'll be it for today. Let's see, how long does this event last for? 2 weeks, so... Oh. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Oh, whoa. Huh. Cloud Retainer. Okay. Festivity Analux. Ah. Oh, both of those, all of those are completed. Okay. Festive Fever. Attain 2. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Then we get to pick which of these characters that we want. I think my choices are gonna be either Yao Yao, Beidou or Xingyan. But first, I will need to attain enough festive fever, which I will be working on over the. Oh man, I could have used those. I will work on gathering up some of that starting next week with these events or these quests. Do you like Ningguang? Ah. Ningguang is a good character, but I've experimented with her in the past, and I'm not really sure about her playstyle personally. But who knows? Maybe making her stronger and getting some more constellations for her will make her more powerful. I don't know. Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching. This has certainly been a lot of fun, as well as Havria and Guizon. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, troops, thank you so much for watching. This has certainly been a lot of fun. And, yeah. I will see you guys next week. You have a good one. Bye.